Hey guys, check this out. This is something new from Cheerson that I got last week, and I've been dying to get to show you these. These are Cheerson Air Dominators. They have infrared guns on them and they fire at each other, and there's an app included that works on Android or iOS, and you can fire at the other person and take them out and you get points, and it's really cool. It's a cool little two-player system. You can also play it as one player, single player, and that's also pretty cool because today I don't have anybody else here to demo this with me, so we're gonna have to fly it in the single player mode for this demo, but I just wanted to show you these anyway because they are some of the coolest little toy drones that I've gotten in the last couple weeks. And without further ado, let's go ahead and open up the box and I'll show you how cool the app is, and then we'll do some flying of the Air Dominators. Now this is what's inside the box, and you don't see any remote control here because they're app controlled, and I was kind of worried about that at first because I'm always kind of a little bit leery of app controlled drones, but these actually fly pretty good, and they have altitude hold, and they have pretty nice sized motors on here. They look like 8.5 millimeter, close to 10 millimeter maybe. I'll just take this red one out and show you. Look at this on the very top. See that? It looks like some kind of little alien device on the very top. That is the infrared communication device, and that one is the receiver, and the one on the front is actually your gun. That's your infrared gun that shoots at the other UFO quad over here. Isn't that neat? And these are also called the CX-60s if you're looking for those on the site. So that's their little Cheerson code name. The battery goes in the very bottom right here, and there's a little tiny quick release lock lever mechanism and an on-off switch right here. Let me show you the batteries that came along with these two. The batteries are very different looking. The batteries are actually flat, and they have kind of a slide in tray type of thing going on here, and they have a little connector at the very bottom right there. So these are both 7.4 volt, which means they're 2S, 350 milliamp. No wires hanging off of these, so these seem to be a little bit safer for kids. If you have kids that want to fly these, see if I can get it to focus on that for you. There you go. That's pretty cool. And it'll probably give you about 10 minutes flight time out of each battery, but we'll see how the demo goes with this. I can't wait to go ahead and open this up and connect the app. Now, one of the cool things about it is that they are so small, and they do have Wi-Fi. They have these awesome prop guards on the outside. I've already flown this one. The red one I had to go ahead and put a battery in, and I was bumping into walls and the ceiling and things like that, and it just seemed to kind of bounce and keep flying. I didn't break any props yet, and still have 2 extra sets of props in there for each one, and that's really nice. It also has one-touch takeoff and one-touch land. It also has 360 flips indoors. Is a little bit sketchy. I did go close to the ceiling and come down and almost hit the floor. You can also fly these outside because they are big enough to fly outside, even if you have a little slight bit of wind. Now you also have, like I said, you have the infrared systems on there, infrared sensors. And it also has something called a gravity sensor. So I'm assuming that would be some kind of type of infrared off the bottom, but I don't see any kind of sensor on the bottom there. So I'm not totally sure it has something like that. But gravity sensor, if anybody knows what that is, let me know. Maybe it maintains a nice stable hover close to the ground, maybe 1 meter up. But height hold is also cool, altitude hold as we call it. So it'll keep the quad nice and level, and you just push backwards, forward, left, and right. Pretty simple to fly these. So go ahead and grab your user manual and open it up to page 2, and over here you'll see mainland China Android OS, and you'll see overseas Android OS, and you will see iPhone mainland China and overseas. So for me, this is the one that I want. It's overseas iPhone OS, the one farthest to the left, and that should take me to the English version. If it doesn't take me to the English version, pretty simple. Just go to the App Store and type in CX-60. CX-60 will actually take you straight to what you need. So go ahead in the search bar and type in CX-60. Do a search, and you'll see it right there, and just go ahead and download that. So I can go ahead and open it up now, and I can plug in the battery and start the Wi-Fi connection on my Air Dominator. Look at how cool this interface is. This looks like a total VR video game. Very cool looking. I'm holding the bottom of the drone, so I'll go ahead and plug in the battery. I'll push that down until it clicks, and it's already powered on here. You see the LED lights in the back, and they're looking for my controller. So now once it's connected to the phone, it should go ahead and stop blinking. So I'll go to my Wi-Fi settings and I will look for the CX-60B connection there. And there shouldn't be any password on it. Just go back over to your app and go ahead and open up your CX-60 app. I've got a lot of apps on here. So now we see that it stopped flashing. So I am connected and you can see my personal quadcopter right there waiting for single player or double player action. And it shows me my points level right now. Let's see what else it has in here. We'll go into the gear setting. I can turn the music on and off. It has music with this. I can turn audio on and off. Right-handed mode. So you have mode 1 or mode 2. And we'll go back. And I have mine set to English. So now I can do single player. And it shows the controllers here. And there is no camera on this. So it's not going to show me a real-time camera view on here. So that is kind of a bummer. I was hoping there would be some kind of camera on this, but you have your on-screen controls here, and it should have, if you're playing in dual player mode, so let's go to double play here, and this one should have your points on here. It also has that cannon icon right there, so you can fire, you can take a shot at someone else, and it pushes out a burst from that infrared. In the very front there, you can see that light lighted up. That's pretty cool. But I have no one to play with right now. So in the bars down here, once you get shot, it will lose one green bar, will go down and down and down. And then when you finally get to the bottom, if you get all the way to the bottom, you lose. So we'll go ahead and go back out of 2-player. It's going to exit the game. Now we'll talk about the interface real quick and what everything is here for you. This is your controls for the quadcopter, and they're pretty simple. You see that this left stick right here is centered just like the one on the right, and this only has 2 axes right here. But you're going to get throttle control out of this one, and you're going to be able to go up and down, and you'll be able to spin left and right on the yaw axis like this and up and down for that stick. Now this one on the right hand is going to give you left to right, forward and back control. You have your auto takeoff button here, you have your auto land button, and you have this one which takes you back out of single play if you want to return to the main menu. And this one up here, this is number 2 in the manual, and it's depending on your flight speed. So if you want to fly faster, you click on that and make it 60%, click on it again and make it 100, and that's the fastest that it'll go. I'll start out in 30 because it's very, very stable in 30. If you're a beginner, start out in 30. This is your first drone. This is a pretty cool drone to have because it does have altitude hold, so it makes it really easy to fly this one. And this third icon over here from the left, it looks like a little spinning top, and that one's gravity sensing control. So I leave that one turned off because I don't like the way it feels when I fly it. And the fourth icon over to the right, this one looks like a sort of a scale, a balance scale, and that's going to be the balance coordinate calibration. So if you want to calibrate your gyro sensor in there, go ahead and hit that. You see the little LEDs flashing in the very back, and right now it's calibrating, and when it's finished, it should stop and come to complete and solid. There you go. And this icon turns off when it's finished. Don't move the drone, by the way, when it's calibrating, and make sure it's on a flat and level surface. Now, next up on here, we have the 5th button over, which this is one touch flip. This little button right here. Since I'm sitting still, it's not going to do it, but when you're flying, if you hit that button and then you press a certain direction, it will flip that direction that you push. That's also pretty cool. Now, one other thing about this app, it was kind of annoying that I didn't mention. It makes you register, so you have to register in their Cheerson database, and you have to create your own username. So I did that, and mine's still called just drone. It shows me that I have 100 points there, and let's see what these little guys at the bottom. I can open up new skills. So the longer I fly this, it looks like I can open up new skills, and I have dodge here. I have perfect restore, star cycle, reversed control, drunk sky, whatever that is. That sounds fun. Elusive mist, fully attack with some flexing arms there as the icon. Purify. let's see, Hypnotism, Shock Assault, Hide, and Ravaging Attack. So I don't know if it'll let me get any of those skills. Maybe I have to unlock them as I'm flying. So, okay, so it wants me to unlock that for 100 coins. You can buy that with your 100 coins that they give you, and that will give you the dodging skill. So you can buy different skills in there with your coins, and you can earn coins as you play the double play version of this game. So that's also pretty neat. Now, besides that other battery that I showed you, they give you another battery, so you do get 2 batteries, and this is cool, you get 2 chargers. You plug into a USB port, and you just put the battery in like this, and you'll start to see a green light here when it's done, red light when it's charging. You just pull those off. Kind of neat and simple and easy for kids to charge up. You want to supervise your kids while they're playing with these though. It looks like 14 and up on the box. So let's go ahead and do some flying with this little CX-60. Now, I already flew 1 battery on this, and what you have to remember when you go to take off with these little CX-60s, just keep in mind that the green LEDs are the rear, and then the front has the cannon. So when you go to do your auto takeoff, make sure that the back of the drone is facing you. That way your orientations are correct. Left is left and right is right, and so on. So we'll go ahead and do the auto takeoff. And I'll come down a little bit. You see how the altitude hold works? Very, very stable. Bring it down just a little lower. It's extremely precise. Kind of crazy how precise it is. And you can move around in space here. I have this little chair set up on the table with the hopes that I can fly through it, but you know how that goes. Our hopes are always higher than what we can achieve, maybe. Let's see if I can do that. Oh, that was nice. So I'll come back. Oh, my first crash. So, okay, the props guards do work. And now I'll go ahead and put it in. I'm going to put it in 60%. We're going to try a little faster rate here because I feel like it wasn't responding enough in that first flight mode in 30%. So I'll go ahead and do my auto takeoff now. Kind of has about a 3-foot auto takeoff. And this feels a little better. I feel like I have a little more control. When you first fly these, just kind of keep it nice and level so you can feel how sensitive the controls are. Oh boy, see how those prop guards work, guys? Now I might try to go to 100% and see how that works out for me. I'm gonna fly through the chair there. Can I make it one more time? All right. You see that cannon in the very front there? I'm just gonna blow all of the screws and stuff off my bench. And if you have some kind of obstacles in your house, you could actually set up a little race course with these little CX-60s. Uh-oh, I went and hit the ground and the motor is automatically cut off, so it does have crash detection. That's pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and take back off. I'm still in 100%. And the prop guards seem to really work well because I haven't broke a single prop yet, and I've crashed into all kinds of stuff right here in this little flight demo. Let's try to fly a little more aggressively. Oh, that was a good one. Okay, let's try to auto take off from right there. Here we go. Nice. I wonder if I could land on the chair. Now I was stuck to the ceiling there for a minute. I wonder if I could land on this chair. Oh, almost. Up a little bit. Up a little bit. Oh, so close. Oh no. So close. Come on back. Oh no. That's harder than it looks, folks. Come on back. All right, now I feel like I achieved something for the day. I'm gonna go ahead and take back off. It'll probably hit the ceiling. There it goes. That's about a 3-foot takeoff. Come on back down. It seems like I'm getting plenty of flight time out of one battery though. Uh-oh. Saved it. Let's see if we can go back through that chair. And this will teach you line of sight flying, which is really great. Line of sight is simply when you don't have FPV hooked up. This thing is pretty fast. Oh, that was a pretty good crash. Let's go over and pick it up and see if it has any damage. Now, the cool thing about this is that when you do crash, it auto detects that you crash and it cuts off the propellers and the motors automatically. So that's also a really nice feature. Let's go ahead and do that auto takeoff once more. We'll fly it around the room just a little further. A few more minutes maybe. Feeling kind of squirrely. Feels like there's a hurricane in here. But there's no AC on in here right now, no heat vents going. Okay, all right. All right, so we crashed twice. And it's still flying. This is a pretty small spot to fly, but you know, if you have a little bigger place and you have some open living room area, this would be a lot of fun. And there we go. One more time, this is kind of fun. Oh my God. Okay guys, so after many crashes, it is still in one piece, and you can see I was crashing it just about in everything in the room. I hit the quadcopters up at the top there, I hit the chair multiple times, I hit the table, and I have some dings on this one prop up on the left, but everything else seems to be good on here. So a nice little trainer drone if you guys were thinking about getting a little larger size than a tiny whoop. It kind of looks like a giant tiny whoop. And the frame feels pretty durable, so pretty decent. Looks like it could pop on and off. You might be able to get new frames for these from Cheerson, but I'm having a good time with this one. So thanks again for watching, you guys.